What's going on, everybody? This is Jacob here from the batting practice. We are praising, we are blazing, we are recording here on Sunday, Easter Sunday, April 20th, for all those who celebrate whatever you're celebrating today. And I got Andrew up north here, and that's it. No Nash today. He is celebrating. He is with the family today. Apparently, he just acquired, unbeknownst to us, a new grill, a new Blackstone. Thanks for the invite.
Yeah.
I would have come over for some burgers for sure.
Yeah.
But he's testing it out and having a good time over there. And we're stuck here, unfortunately, recording the podcast. I'm kidding. It's gonna be a good one. It's gonna be a banger, as Nash always says. Um, but before we get into everything today, Andrew, what's up? It sounded like you're gonna say something.
I literally I had this thought when you were, preaching and blazing
Hmm.
that I remember there was another 420 on Easter,
When we
but
were in college, I think it was
when
when both of us
no,
were in.
I remember younger. I want to
Oh,
say
was it high school? I don't
we were
remember.
we
I
were
don't know.
all I remember is being in some strip mall in the middle of Tennessee or Kentucky. No
Okay, okay.
dispensary for miles. Again, we were children, so it
Yes.
doesn't.
Oh, so this is a
The,
while ago.
I
Okay,
swear
okay, okay.
we were children. We'll have to fact check the records to
Dates,
see
yeah,
when
okay.
this actually happened. But I do remember another 420 Easter. Uh, as someone whose birthday is next week, I've never had Easter fall on my birthday, so I think I'm just out of that window.
Yeah.
But 420 to like, I think even Easter can even be a little bit after then. Is fair game, but I've never been fortunate enough to have an Easter birthday 420 because unfortunately my birthday is 8 days later.
Hmm.
So we're gonna be celebrating that soon. But yeah, I was just remembering another Easter 420 with you that we celebrated somewhere in the middle of Tennessee, I want to say.
Yeah, okay. So maybe because I swear there was one
Maybe there are
when I
multiple.
was in college too. Maybe you might want to
All right,
ask AI
I'll
real quick.
yeah,
Um,
as you go into your intro, I'm gonna do some
yeah,
producing.
but I am going to send you something actually. I'm going to post
Oh.
it in our group chat here because we are going to react to maybe one of the worst and or greatest foods ever invented at a ballpark.
Ooh.
And yeah, so let me just describe it for all the listeners out there who aren't viewing. The Blue Jays have released cotton candy French fries for their home games this year. We're talking a bucket of French fries. Now let's back up a little bit. This is Canada. They're known for poutine, and it's great. So they're actually gonna change up their good old classic poutine recipe, and we're gonna change it into some cotton candy fries, I guess. I don't know. Don't worry, they're still offering poutine. But cotton candy fries, it's going to come with like a bed of French fries and just cotton candy on top. Actual cotton candy on top, but that's not it. It comes with a sweet cotton candy like aioli. According to
What?
AI, that there is some sort of like sweet garlic sauce that comes on top of the fries. This is according to Google. I really tried to check my sources on what comes on top of the fries. If we have any Blue Jays fans out there living in Toronto, please let us know. Please order the fries next time you are at a game because I need to know. But that's what it is. The sauce, again, for the listeners out there, the sauce is blue and pink and it
Mm.
comes on top of the fries along with just a big old dab of cotton candy as well. And speaking of dabs, I don't think I would be able to ever eat this unless it was 420 if I was participating in celebrating because this looks I don't even know how to describe it. Is it great? Is it an abomination? What do you think?
I I don't that's crazy, man. I only Canada can pull off something like that. Or the White Sox. Honestly, if this happened at Sox Park, I'd just like, oh, it's just like a foul ball. It happens all the time. Uh I would eat it. I would eat it. I'll
That's the
go on
thing
record
is like
saying
I
I'm
would
gonna eat it.
definitely tell me you're not going to a Blue Jays game and also at least trying this once.
And I
At
might add
least
some nacho
once.
cheese. I might add some nacho cheese on
Oh,
top.
jeez. Oh, no, no, no. That's that. Yeah, we've gone
Too
too
far.
far. Too
Too
far.
far. Way
That's
too far.
horrible. That's horrible. Uh, Well,
I mean,
God, maybe. I might stick to popcorn. I might stick to popcorn, but you got to try it once. You got to try it once.
wait,
I need to
going
know.
full
Yeah.
circle. Have you
Okay.
have you ever dipped popcorn in nacho cheese?
Probably.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a
If it
good.
was that, yeah. If it was like if I went to a movie and I
Yeah,
got popcorn and you got a
yeah.
pretzel
Someone else
with
got
cheese,
nachos.
yeah,
Yeah, or nachos. Yeah,
I would dip like one or two. Obviously, I'm not
yeah.
trying to steal all their cheese,
Right,
but
right, right. There
yeah,
we go.
yeah,
Okay,
yeah, yeah.
okay.
But chicken, no way.
Comes back to it. I don't know. Hey, that one's doing numbers. We just gotta have more food takes out there. I don't know.
Oh yeah. I mean, I'm curious to hear the general public's view on these, but cotton candy fries now available. Toronto. If I make my trip up to Canada anytime soon, I'm going to a Blue Jays game, and I'm ordering these fries because you got to try them once. You got to try them once. But there
Blue
you
Jays are a
have it.
fun team.
Blue Jays are a fun team.
I was bashing their Santander acquisition on a couple podcast episodes ago. That take actually still might be pretty decent, but Vladdy, oh my God, and I am, forgive the cheating. I'm a George Springer absolute fanboy. I have, I think, every single version of his card on So Rare, except for Super Rare and Unique. I'm not that big of a whale yet, but I have
Yet.
multiple years and multiple editions of George Springer. And he's helped me win so many rewards, and he still is. He's still swinging the bat super well. So I shout out and Chris Bassett, another one of my Sorare cards, doing amazing for them. So shout out Blue Jays. They're rocking it this year.
Shout out Blue Jays indeed. Vladdy, he doesn't even need to hit home runs. He hits for average
So
now.
good. He's
Yeah.
so good.
What's
So
up
good.
with that? What's up with that? Um, and what's up with you owning four of George Springer?
Hey,
Are we talking like 2022, 23, 2023, 20? Oh
everyone,
my God.
everyone.
Oh my
I
God.
think, yeah, if you looked in my gallery, this might have changed with the new emphasis on owning different versions of the card for different bonuses in So Rare. But before that was introduced, I just had like four George. I don't know how or why, but that was easily my most collected card in my whole gallery.
Hmm.
Do you know who that player is for you off the top of your head?
Uh, I I don't think I have more than two versions of any
Okay.
card. Um, my sperm whale mentality, I own two Pete Alonsos, but I don't have either of them
Dang.
vaulted.
Oh, that means you're
Um,
playing them though. That's
yeah,
that's good.
yeah. Um, I have a couple duplicates of Brewers.
Okay.
Like I'm not trying to buy too many duplicates yet.
Mm.
Once I used my market credit to make some money, and the video coming out about this shortly. Just pay attention. But I used my market credit to make some money. I didn't use it to improve my team because I'm letting my teams ride now. I got some good teams after I won my Tatis a few weeks ago. I'm letting my teams ride just as they are. But I would say, I guess, is it really Polar Bear Pete is number one that comes to my mind.
Wow.
Brewers,
Okay.
Brewers,
Bruce Killer.
killer.
Killer. Yeah.
Yikes. Maybe it's time to sell. But he's hot. He is hot this
He's
year. Polar Bear
he's
Pete. Are you kidding me?
he's
He's like he's melting. The ice is melting. He's
I
melting
can't
it.
I was very close. I think when we did our off-season coverage, I think I did bash him a little bit. I thought him waiting so long to re-sign with the Mets was going to end, or I thought he would at least start slow because he didn't know where he was going to be. He was, obviously upset at the number that was thrown out. I was like, there is no way he's going to come into April, get ready to swing that bat at the high level that we're used to. He's proven me wrong. That was a bad take from the summer. Um, but or no, that was the winter. It's not even full circle yet. But I don't know. Pete Alonso, he's doing great, and him waiting to the last minute to be re-signed doesn't matter. He's still amazing.
Yeah. And last week, was it last week? Maybe it was 2 weeks ago. We talked about how the Cubs need to do what they can to sign Kyle Tucker.
I
The
hope they don't.
Mets, the Mets, I know, well, obviously, I hope we don't. Um, but the Mets, they did what they could. It took them a long time, but they did what they could to sign Pete Alonso.
Yep.
2025, it's April 20th as recording this. He has 73 at bats. He's put up a 1.6 WAR. in
Wow.
73 at bats.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's not even a full season. Not even
No,
a full
it's not
season.
even a full month. He's
Yeah.
batting 356. He has 6 home runs, and or his OPS, sorry, is 1.22. 1220 OPS. OPS plus 247. What?
When
Well
and
done, Mets. Well done.
Josh isn't here to defend it. Jacob, MVP?
Pete Alonso, he's pushing it. I wonder what are the early MVP odds right now?
Okay, it's I don't have the odds in front of me. I look at these, I see you're looking them up. I think Pete, it's gotta be Pete, Kyle Tucker, I don't know, Tatis. I would okay, so if I'm gonna
Tatis
try,
might be number one.
I'm gonna guess Tatis number one. I'll go. No, I don't think Kyle Tucker's two. It's probably someone else I'm not thinking of. Maybe Shohei at two. Then I'll go Pete at three, and maybe Kyle Tucker four.
Kyle Tucker's up there. Fernando Tatis is up there. Obviously, Shohei's up there.
Who am I leaving
But I
off?
think we have a couple of homer picks. A couple of, like, I'm surprised this hasn't changed. This was written, sorry, this was 6 days ago. This is,
Oh,
no, 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 okay. Get out of
Bryce
here. Get
Harper,
out of here.
Kyle
Get
Schwarber.
out of here. Get out of here. I want current odds.
Oh, I'll just while you're doing that, I'll pull up my FanDuel account or see what the odds are there. We'll get you
Yeah.
live odds. Jacob, did I miss anyone when I was doing that list?
All right. We have Otani, Tatis, Carroll,
Oh,
Kyle
Corbin
Tucker.
Carroll.
Corbin Carroll's been going off. And then Pete
So good.
Alonso. You nailed
So
it
good.
besides Corbin Carroll. You
I
absolutely nailed it.
I slept on dude, Corbin Carroll is so good when I was just watching MLB Big Inning. Great show. Amazing show. Only complaint, maybe it is warranted now. They don't show the Brewers at all. That's my only beef with them. I have to like leave to go actually see a snippet of the Brewers game. I was watching today and they Brewers put up 15 runs. I don't think they got much coverage today. But other than that, it's great because if you have, an all-star team, if all the players that Jacob mentioned they show you every at bat, it's fantastic. And Corbin Carroll, every time they show him, seems like he gets an extra base hit or home. I didn't know that guy could hit for power. My God, it's not fair.
Yeah. He's back to his rookie season. He had a little bit of a sophomore slump last year, and he changed his swing up a little bit. He
Yeah,
changed his swing just ever so slightly. He's a big leaguer, and that's all he needed to do was have this slightly different approach, and all of a sudden he's back playing like he was the rookie of the year, and he's up there for MVP discussion. Obviously,
yeah,
we did way too early takes a few weeks ago, so this is still way too early to determine
still way too
MVP.
early.
There's injuries that could happen, and so forth. But it's cool to see. Good for Corbin. Good for Pete Alonso. Andrew, you mentioned this all-star team that we have been talking about. Well, we're not going to necessarily talk about an all-star team in terms of the ones coming up in July, but rather a new-ish competition, you could say, as of 2025 in Sorare, the All-Star competition. Something that never really existed in baseball before, other than for those who had just started playing the game or owned like one or two limited cards. You could play them along with common cards. But now
Yep.
everyone can play limited cards along with common cards. So we're going to go ahead and build a sick all-star team here, and we're going to try and keep it under a certain budget here. Let's say 50 bucks.
Oh yeah,
50
absolutely.
bucks. So that's all you're going to need to put into the game. Again, not financial advice. Do what you want with your money. Spend it on cotton candy fries and a plane ticket to Toronto for all
Yeah.
I care. That's what I might do next week. For your birthday, you want to go to Toronto, Andrew?
Let's do it. We'll look up some flights. Yeah, we'll make this work. Let's do it.
Yeah, I got my look at that. In fact, it's literally sitting for whatever reason right next to me.
Hey, there we go. Yeah, we need that.
It was the
Uh,
passport. Yeah.
when I was doing, I actually went through this process myself. I first thought through, positions. Obviously, is very specific to Sorare MLB. It's different than it's similar to soccer where you have specific positions. NBA, you can play five of any position, but when you're building a Sorare MLB team, position is very important. So what I've noticed, at least from a budget standpoint, pitchers and relief starting and relief pitchers are generally less expensive than outfield players. So if we're building an all-star team and we can use common cards, I think it's smart to use common cards of the most expensive players. Because if we have a $50 budget, you're not going to be able to walk away with an Ohtani, a Carroll, and probably any of the guys we mentioned earlier in the MVP discussion. Those would be great to use your common points on, but so when I've looked at the cost, it jumped out to me at least. Pitchers, starting pitchers and relief pitchers, those are the ones I think you want to use your limiteds on, and you want to save your commons for cards that you can't afford if you're trying to have a very fixed budget playing this game.
Completely agree. Completely agree. Yeah. To put it in simple terms, that was simple terms, but to put it even simpler, uh, a common Otani is going to cost you a lot less than a limited Otani.
Right? Because what's so common points are made up.
hmm
They have no monetary
hmm
value. I mean, maybe if you can win actual money or cards with them, but winning other common cards, winning that that has no, the only way to do that is if you translate that into limited essence, which you can win in minors, but it's far easier to use that in an all-star competition if you're willing to put a little bit of money building a team. But yeah, it's Jacob's right. It's completely free if you want to call it that, to play common. And so to me, like common points, think about them like they're worth nothing, but
hmm
also are very valuable because you can get a common Otani, and that produces the same score in your All-Star lineup as the limited version.
Do you own a common Otani, or are you working your way up to owning one?
Unfortunately, I did. So another
Okay.
strategy we haven't. I think we talked about it briefly on the last episode in like the final minutes. One thing I've kind of done is we get a lot of common cards to start the season. I've traded in a lot of my cards for just because if you think about it, the average card is between 50 and 100. So if you trade in 10 to 20, you can trade that in for an Otani, which is exactly what I did. I traded in like 5 to 6 mid-level guys for the best player in baseball. And so yeah, when I built my team, I wanted to get an Otani, and I didn't want to pay like limited dollars for him. So I'm rocking with a common Otani, of course, man.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that's cool to hear because when I first like within the first couple of days of playing common, and it's still hard, very hard to earn common essence other than
Very
trading in your
hard.
cards. I was going to ask you, how easy is it to work up to earning an Otani? But I guess let's talk about the strategy right away here.
Yeah,
Because you how many all-star lineups are you playing? Is it
just one
it's
for right
just
now.
one.
Just one for right
So
now.
you what you did is sold essentially, quote unquote, sold your common cards to
Yep.
buy three elite common cards.
Yep.
And those are the only common cards that you have in your collection right now, or do you have a
No,
couple?
it's amazing. I don't know how this worked out for me. I don't know if I got lucky with the cards that Sorare gifted me, if there was like a specific. So I was able to still submit a minors lineup, and maybe a month in, people might have accrued enough and traded enough cards that you can trade in for three all stars and still make it work. The way I did it, I Otani is 1,000, and I think he will still be 1,000 common points at the time of this recording. But obviously, I wasn't at the point where I had 3,000 common points to burn. So what I did is I targeted two, like 4 to 500 level players, which outside of Otani and I think Corbin, Carroll, maybe Juan Soto and Aaron Judge, most of our studs are at that price point. To give you an example, I was able to get Vladdy and James Wood for 800 points combined. So I mortgaged essentially 15 cards and traded them up into
Mortgage.
three. Yeah, into three cards. So an Otani, a James Wood, and a Vladdy. And I still have common cards to play with, so I'm still earning common. And maybe this year I trade in my James Wood and my Vladdy, and I get Juan Soto. But honestly, they might be better than Juan Soto.
Yeah. James Wood, rookie of the year leader,
Yeah,
currently
he's so
gotta
good.
be. Gotta
He's
be.
so
He's hit
good.
8 home runs, 8 home runs, 9 home runs, somewhere around there. But so that's good to hear that you didn't have
Yeah,
to sacrifice your minor league team
no,
and you still have some elite cards in your gallery as well. A big part of this, just keep checking So Rare. You get 25 common essence every day. Just
that
make sure you click that button every day because
is
think
so
even
simple.
4 days, that's 100 essence.
Yep.
Or 40 days, a month and a half, not even a month and a half into the season, that's an Otani.
I thought about that. I'm literally just accruing common essence, and
Hmm.
I'm gonna eventually I'll add a fourth common card to my
A second
gallery.
Otani.
Yeah, maybe second Otani, maybe
No.
yeah, maybe I get a Soto. I don't know. Why not?
Yeah.
Uh, but yeah, that's my plan. I'm literally clicking that button every day, and I've talked to John Sower at John at Sower about this. You earn more common essence just clicking that button than playing the game. That I
Right.
hope they do change.
Right.
But for now, clicking that button every day is the best way to play common.
On the other argument of things, I guess you don't want people to earn essence too quickly to where everyone has an Otani, but
Sure.
you should be earning essence for winning too, or
Right.
for like submitting a line. I don't know. Well, that's we've got into it last week. We don't have to get into it again. But there you go. So there's a little bit of strategy for you. So why don't we
Yeah.
go ahead and implicate? Why don't we go ahead and use this strategy?
There we
Um,
go.
and we'll build a team.
Yeah, start with pitching because yeah, if you went my route, I think get three common hitters. That's why I was thinking about it. And because of the flexibility with hitter and flex, you don't have to worry necessarily too much about position. But I was sort of thinking that through and trying to get that is sort of why I chose James Wood, Otani, and Vladdy, is there is some positional difference. Um, but as we're thinking through our limited cards, that is a bit more important. But you do have that flexibility with hitter and flex that if you do load up on corner infielders, you can still probably make your lineup work.
Mhm. Yeah. So let's go ahead and pick a couple of pitchers here. And what's nice about pitchers is you can get some really good pitchers for under $10, both
I
on the starter and the reliever side.
I
Um,
all I was
yeah.
this close. I saw a Paul Skeens auction ending
Ooh.
like right before we were recording, $26. If you had market
Wow.
credit, 13 bucks.
$13.
I should have clicked. I should have clicked.
Holy.
So yeah, yeah. Paul Skeens, $13.
Holy cow.
There we
And
go.
what so we're gonna go off of to make things easier and honestly, if you're bidding on these cards and or if you have market credit, you could get them for a lot less than what we're talking about. But we're gonna go off their current like max buy now price
Okay.
to build these
Yep.
teams. So think about that. If we build a good team with $50 using their max price without market credit, you could potentially get yourself some even better players too. So yeah, let's go ahead and start with starting pitcher. And I have a
Yeah.
couple. I have a couple bangers for you right off the bat.
Okay.
Um, but I'll start with one a little bit probably lesser on people's radar, and he plays for the Tigers. Casey Mize.
Mm,
Casey Mize just put up in his last start 27 points. Had a bit of a stinker before with an 11-point start, but a 28-point start against the Yankees, a 30-point start against the Mariners. He's played against good teams. A 21-point start against the Giants, and
that's sick.
currently has a 3-1 record this year with a 2.22 ERA. His whip is under One. He allows less than one hits and or walks per inning. One hit and or walk per inning.
That's
And he costs his buy now price is $5.70. So he's on my list and he's been on my list. Do I own him? No. Am I going to buy him? Maybe. Because $5, $6 for like someone who's gonna throw a solid amount of innings, 6, 7 innings, and not give up too many runs. Who cares if he only puts up a couple of strikeouts? That's a guaranteed like 25
yep.
point start. And I think we've talked about on and on and on again how you need that starting pitcher. If you want to hit podium, if you want to hit top 50, that starting pitcher, if they get above 20, 25 points, you should be looking pretty.
Right.
And Casey Mize has potential to put up even more, and he put up 30 against the Yankees. Against the
There we go.
Yankees.
Right. And with our three commons, we all we need is our limiteds to just do okay.
Right.
We in this strategy, your commons should absolutely carry your team. And so yeah, I love that. 25 points, starting pitcher, lock, throw it away the key, easy. I'll give you another one. I'm shocked at this price. Jacob, what do you think Freddie Peralta's buy now price
Ooh.
is?
It's probably about the same. Maybe it's a little more. Maybe let's go with $9.
Okay, you looking at the screen?
No.
It's like 8.75. So
Okay, okay, okay.
it's basically $9. So we went from 5 to 9. So Freddie Peralta, probably a better pitcher, at least from a Sorare perspective, than he has a great K to 9 ratio, which is really great for the Matrix. Brewers they'll probably win most of the games that Freddie starts. That's a free win, most days, assuming their bullpen holds it together, which, knock on wood, they should. Freddie Peralta, amazing pitcher, and it's interesting. I think we should look at like different levels. So there was another pitcher I saw that was a little bit more expensive than that, but I think yeah, if you want to put $9 towards your pitcher, that still leaves us with plenty to spend for the rest of our team. And again, if you had market credit, that $9 is only like it's less than a Subway sub from back in 10 years ago, which is the last time that Easter was on 420, 10 years ago. There we
Yeah.
go.
Oh, for real?
For
Did you look it
real.
up? 10
It's
years ago.
2014,
So it was
2014.
it was my last year in high school. Okay.
There we go.
Okay. Maybe it
All
was
full
in like
circle.
yeah, okay, okay. I knew it was close to college, but maybe
Yep.
there was probably another one when we were kids too.
No,
Maybe.
no,
Maybe.
apparently not. Apparently
Oh,
not. Nope.
well maybe you
Pretty,
were on spring break or something or whatever. Whatever.
I don't know what it was, or
Maybe
maybe
you were not doing enough praising and doing too much blazing. Who knows? But
that's true. That's
freshman
true.
year in college. Anyways, yeah. I guess a couple other names. The bigger name I had on my list for starting pitchers is Framber Valdez.
Mm.
Framber. Guess what Framber sells for?
Does he
Seven
sell for more
bucks?
than Freddie?
No.
Oh no.
7.18. $7 and 18
What?
cents for our proven all-star. And Framber Valdez, he just put up 0 points against St. Louis. Didn't look good at all. But before that, he put up 31 against the Mariners. And he's had a couple of bad starts this year, but he's also had some really, really, really good starts. And on average, he's going to have some 30-point games, some 40-point games throughout the season, too. And he's yet to fully click this year. He's getting a little bit up there. He's 31 now, but he's yet to fully click this year. So I think he's another good purchase that you could make for that under $10 range. And yeah, I would say any of those you couldn't go wrong with. Let's go ahead and
Oh,
put Freddie in there as the most
yeah,
expensive.
I like that.
And we can always switch to our boy Casey Mize later on.
It's insane though how, even if you do have market credit, the jump, like the amount of superb to Cy Young candidate Sorare pitchers that sell between 10 and $25, it's unreal. I mean, you heard me at the beginning. Paul Skeens, $26 on auction. So Paul Skeens is 26. Everyone else should probably be less than that, maybe. I was just looking Hunter Green. You can get him for $13.
Hmm.
So another fantastic potential Cy Young pitcher in that $10 to $20 range. So if you do have market credit and you want to extend your $50 hard cash budget, you can go a little bit higher on pitcher. But I like our approach. Let's focus. We had no market credit. We're brand new to the game. Let's build a team. I like Freddie as our pitcher.
I do too. I do too.
So it leaves
Um,
us with about $41 left.
yeah.
All right.
And well, since we're doing pitchers, let's just hop right on over to
Yeah.
relief pitchers.
Yeah.
And again, same bargains that you can get out here. Andrew, if you have gone ahead and selected players, pre-selected players, I bet you we picked the same player for our closer here.
Okay.
But Ryan Helsley,
Mm.
legend, put up the most saves of his career, I believe, last year.
Yep. Yep. Covered that stat. Yep.
He also sells for 775. What's up
Okay.
with that? He's an under $10 player too, and he is arguably the best closer in not just the Central, but last year was he the best closer in baseball?
Oh, maybe
Putting up that
Class
many
A.
saves?
Diaz.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I can't take that away from Class A last year. See, Class I've already flooded my mind with this year's Class A stats, which are not that great so far. But Ryan Helsley, 11 or sorry, $7.75.
That's insane. I know we are very homer on this podcast, rightly so. Brewers don't get enough love in the national media. Trevor McGill, $5, less than $5 actually. I think it's like 470.
490. Too
Yeah,
bad it
four.
wasn't 420.
That'd be awesome. Yeah, 490. So again, if you are building any sort of Sora lineup, I do like pairing your starting pitcher and closer. It is more of a boom bust strategy because if your starting pitcher blows up, it's probably not going to be a game where there's a save opportunity. So you're probably losing or there's probably a huge deficit. But if you can get that sweet spot where you're in a pitcher duel and your starter, gives up no runs and maybe the other team, they manage to score two on them. Great save opportunity. Seen it time and time again. The only thing is, I don't know if McGill's that guy. I don't know. We'll see about that. That's my only worry. But I
There you
do
go.
love pairing your starting pitcher and closer together. I think that works. That's a very, very good strategy.
Yeah, it's essentially a parlay. Um, and screw it. I'll go ahead and go back to the starting pitcher position. If we're throwing Ryan Helsley in the closer position, go pick yourself up a Sonny Gray.
Yeah,
26 average. 26 average he sells for
love
five
that.
bucks.
Love that. Yeah. Yeah.
Sonny
Let's
Gray,
let's we'll be Cardinals.
547.
Sure, we're
Yeah.
not homers. Yeah.
So if you want to build a Cardinal stack, you're currently rocking a $5.47 starter and a $7.75 reliever for a total of about 13 bucks. And for two hitters, you can spend $37.
We can get some good players.
We can get some
We can get
great
some
players,
great players. Yeah.
but we can also get some bargains too, and then really spend up if we want to. What should we give ourselves a little bit of leeway? Maybe like $5.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, so like
And
55 can be the max, just in
yeah,
case.
we can show people, if we
Hmm.
did splurge a little bit, a little rounded up by a little $5 there, what that could
Hmm.
look like. But I will preface as we do begin to look at this, hitters are more expensive.
Oh
If you
yeah.
want one of the elite hitters in this game, we already are going to exhaust our budget with just that one player. There's so many even limited cards that exceed our starting budget, even after accounting for any sort of player. This, even though we were able to find the bargains at the pitcher and both pitching positions, hitters are going to be a little bit of a struggle. But I do think with the budget we've left ourselves, I think we can get a great team.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Absolutely. I think should we start with our limited players and then I guess common you can choose whoever you want for common
Mhm.
basically,
Mhm.
but we can talk about a few players that we would choose for common.
Yeah.
Um, but let me let me start you off with maybe the most bargain player on the entire platform right now.
Okay.
And let's talk about Guardians legend because of his mustache, Kyle Manzardo,
Oh,
who sells
okay.
for
Oh my
5.47
God.
dollars. Kyle Manzardo, are you kidding me? Is having a great start to his season. Don't look at his average. Don't look at his batting average. He's already put up 6 home runs, a couple of triples this season. He has 16 RBIs. He's only batting 212. But if you need a player to like squeeze in there, if you're at that like 45, $50 range and you only have a $50 budget, Kyle Manzardo is someone you want to look at. Now, if you want to go a little bit higher in terms of a player that has all-star potential, I
Oh,
think he's
okay.
yet to fully pop this
Oh,
season, but last week, or in fact 2 weeks ago, he won the Player of the Week in the National League. And we're
oh.
going to stay homer on this podcast. We're going to go with William Contreras,
Mm.
who has found his stroke over the last week or so. He got it. Does it count if it started against the Rockies? I don't know. Sure. Was it at
Gotta hit
Coors
somewhere.
Field? Was it at the worst team? By the way, worst team in baseball, Rockies. Great pick me, I would just like to say. I knew they weren't going to be exciting this year. But it started in Denver. He put up 23, 23, 9, 8, 13, 20, and dropped off a little bit, but still put up a nice solid 20 points last game week and 25 this game week. And that was only in 3 games for the game week, too. William Contreras, and he's yet to fully pop this year.
I like it.
14, $15 for William Contreras. So a little bit
Wow.
more expensive there on the hitter's side.
It's funny when you said mustached Guardian, I thought you were going to talk about Stephen Kwan,
Okay,
who
okay.
I think I just picked up his card because I like I like the story, I like his output. He's having a great start to the season. Uh, of lately he's been finding his form. He has a great power stroke. Just like William Contreras, he sells for just he's right in between both of them at $11 for his buy now price. So if you're looking for a budget hitter, I love Stephen Kwan.
Yeah, I mean, he's not going to put up those home run numbers necessarily, but he's already hit 3 this year. He's already hit 3. Like,
Wait, this person got so lucky. And this is uh, in in us talking about this, and Josh, shout out to Josh, even though he's not on the podcast. The overnight auctions are unreal. So I there's a Corey Seager ending soon, and I went to his last limited sales. Somebody got an auction of Corey Seager for
wow,
$10.59 overnight.
wow.
That's like 50% off. So if
Of
you
his buy now.
of his buy now,
So
or
if
I
you
would
had
assume his
market credit,
yeah,
sorry, I'm interrupting you, but if you had
no,
market credit, you got that Seager for $10, sorry, for $5.
insane. Yeah, his buy now is $20, which honestly, if we went, with any of the hitters we discussed, we could easily afford a $20 hitter.
Yeah,
Corey Seager, not bad.
yeah. Oh yeah, and another one who's yet to fully truly pop this season.
Mm-hmm.
Staying healthy. I hope he stays healthy this year. He's got potential too. He put up a solid 30-point game against the Cubs a few weeks ago.
Yeah, he did.
Last week against the Angels put up looks like 44 in 3 games. So he's got potential too. He's a little bit older, but
Yep.
he's got lefty power. He's I like Corey Seager too. So Hmm. Where we've named a bunch of hitters, but we've yet to really select any of them for our team. Are there any players that really stick out to you that we've mentioned so far that we're like, yeah, that's someone that we need to get?
So I think when you go through this exercise, I think so we've kind of locked Freddie in or Sonny Gray. So he was, what are we in for about 15 between our starting and relief pitcher?
Hmm.
Okay, so we have if we're really sticking to our $50 budget, We have $35 left for the rest of our team. If we went with that $5 hitter, we have $30 left to spend. You can get a Bryce Harper for $30. Uh, I actually said that's an auction price. I should look at what his buy now is. The way I'm going
Yeah,
with this
yeah,
is
yeah. His buy now is going to be
the
higher.
last player you get, if you wanted to, I think you could fit a $30 player in this $50 lineup. I think if you spent 60% of what you're willing to spend on a single player, get that almost like fourth MVP common card, but now it's in limited form. I think you can easily do that with the rest of your budget. So I think if you went with a $10 or $5 hitter as your first get, I think you could spend $30 and get some like names that are going to be an MVP, even all-star conversation.
Yeah, so Bryce Harper's buy now is $42. So we'll
Okay.
we'll unfortunately not be able to include him in this episode.
Yeah.
That being said, this is the buy now price. You're not getting that on auction, and it's not with market credit. So if you have any of the luck that that guy had buying his Corey Seager for
Yeah.
10, potentially $5, you could save a little bit of money in that regard, or if you have market credit too. So this isn't the end all be all lineup necessarily, but we're just trying to point you guys in the right direction here. Um,
Oh my,
yeah,
wait,
13
Jacob.
or sorry, we have $35 left to spend.
I I think this is your guy. I'm looking at these scores and I'm like, are these so rare NBA scores? Cal Riley over the last 3 game weeks, he put up 17, 28, 20, 32, 21, 22, 15. That's a sixth man on an NBA team like scoring. Oh my God. And his buy now is $30. $30. And I'm pretty
Oh
sure
yeah,
you're Cal Riley truther.
Cal
Uh
Raleigh, Cal
Cal
Raleigh. Hey,
Raleigh.
don't hate on
Raleigh.
Raleigh. Don't hate on
There we
Raleigh.
there we go.
Uh,
That's Duke, but
yeah, nah, nah. Duke is Durham. Duke is
Durham.
Durham.
It's like a
Raleigh
suburb.
is NC State. NC
Hmm.
State. It's Russell Wilson territory.
There we go. I like NC State. Wolfpack.
Cal Raleigh doesn't hit for
Yes.
average necessarily. He has 8 home runs this year. That's why he's got all those points.
Yeah.
I've been watching him just smash. That's all he does. He bats switch. He's actually
He's
from
fun.
North. He's from North Carolina. Fun
Is he
fact.
from Raleigh?
No, he's from Cullowhee. Cullowhee.
Okay. Okay.
Cullowhee. Cullowhee, North Carolina.
It's gotta
Is
be like Outer Banks, right?
no. This looks like it's in the mountains.
Oh, all
Oh,
right.
that's a cool city.
All
Yeah,
right.
it's
Shout out
very
Callaway.
close to Tennessee, actually. That's
There
where
we go.
Cal Raleigh's from. He's a
Smoky
mountain man,
Mountains.
and all he does is
Mountain
hit.
Man.
He hits mountains. He hits dingers. He hits home runs, and he puts up giant scores too. So that's a good. If you want to spend a lot of money on a hitter, the only thing is he's a catcher. He will get a DNP every now and then, which
Yes.
does happen for catchers, but on the bright side, he'll DH on some of those days where he doesn't play catcher too. So Cal Raleigh is definitely a good shout for someone to spend up on. If you're really digging the home run ball, we can't not talk about Tyler Soderstrom selling for
Yeah.
only $3 more, $33. And if we wanted to go with someone like him, we could throw in a Manzardo, and that would be a $53 budget. Not bad as well. Tyler Soderstrom, do you know how many home runs he has this year?
It's at least 8.
He has 9 home runs.
Oh my God.
9 home runs already. And he hit zero
That's
against the
crazy.
Brewers. Aaron Judge
He
has
did.
7. And he
That's
hit like
crazy.
7 against the Brewers. No, I'm
He did most of his home runs against the Brewers.
kidding. But yeah, $33 for a Soderstrom. So there's I guess we don't have to necessarily lay down a team unless we want to for the screenshot. But a Soderstrom Or if you wanted to go like the Cardinals route, too, there's an extra $3 and you'll stay under the 50 with the Soderstrom and a Manzardo. Or there's other players out there too. Cal Raleigh, I think you're looking at good company with any of the players that we've mentioned here. A little bit more of a budget would require, or if you have a little bit more of a budget, Jose Ramirez, $39.
Wow.
Love me a
That's
Jose
crazy.
Ramirez.
That's
Love
crazy.
me a
He's
Jose
slow
Ramirez.
start a little
Yeah.
bit.
Oh yeah. Um, yeah,
I guess
there's a couple other players out there too, but I think we've really hit the sweet spot
and,
of
and
players you I forgot to mention one more. Two more. Mike Trout.
shout out Nashi.
Stay healthy, Mike Trout. I predicted it for one of my hot takes this year. He's got 8 homers this year.
He does. Won me $45 betting the home run on DraftKings. There we go.
Yeah.
But as we go through this list, I think the wrong way to do it is to have a specific player in mind.
Hmm.
Honestly, the way I would go about it is you have your budget, you look at the auctions, depending on how the auctions go, like you let the auctions kind of pick your team for you. Like I
Hmm.
really think you can't go wrong, the way you spend your budget. If you ended up with a Cal Raleigh versus a Manny Machado versus a Mike Trout, I think you'll have success. And I think it's honestly it's more important to get the deal than I think to get the specific guy. Unless you are a super fan, Sorare is supposed to be fun, and if you do have a specific player that you love, absolutely incorporate that into your strategy. But if you're just stinging yourself like I want to get the best team for the the dollars that I have, honestly, being player agnostic and just getting the auction that's in front of you, that's probably going to work out better than targeting a specific player.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I'm gonna give one last shout out here to Teoscar.
Love that.
Teoscar as well, selling for $12.50.
What? On a Dodger?
He's had a couple of not great weeks recently,
Yeah, I don't know. He's not in my lineups.
but
Yeah,
got off to a super hot start. He put up a 46-point game against the Phillies a couple weeks ago.
I think I missed that
Game,
one.
not game week. Oh, that's unfortunate. Is that when
Yeah, I
I
missed
that
that
might
one.
have been the lineup where I finished second place in, honestly, to win my Tatis. It might have been. So shout out Teoscar. Yeah, buy
Dude,
yourself a
you
Teoscar.
get yourself a Teoscar
12
beard.
bucks. So you could get Sonny Gray, Ryan Helsley, Teoscar Hernandez, and Cal Raleigh. Plus, let's say Otani, Vladdy Jr., and James Wood. You could
Yeah,
get that for $54. I think that's a good team right
crazy.
there. That's a
That's
great team right there. Switch it out with the
you.
Brewers pitcher. It's a little bit more expensive. You could also switch out Teoscar if you
Yeah,
wanted. I mean, you could get Teoscar and Manzardo
yeah,
and Helsley and Sonny Gray for a total of $29.
yeah. $30, $30
$30
team.
team right there. And then James Wood, Otani, and who is your third? Oh, Vladdy Jr.?
Yeah, boom,
Yeah. Yeah.
boom.
So I
You're winning
guess,
a card.
yeah. Oh, easily, easily. So this is how, if you haven't considered approaching All-Star in any sort of way, I think this is definitely a good episode where you need to start considering All-Star a little bit more. If you have an elite team, play it in Champion. Don't
Yes,
not play it in Champion. But if you're just starting out, or if you're like, I want to put in a little bit, but I don't want to blow the bank here, All-Star. All-Star is actually, and it's got decent rewards too. It's got decent rewards. You can win, let's see here. My All-Star team's not that great. I played, Bryce Terang put up 50 points. How about that?
what I would love if and I think the Sorare team does listen to this from time to time. Sorare team, this message is specifically for you. I want to see a better layout within the app that calls out All-Star as a mixed scarcity competition. And I would recommend reordering the competitions. I think minors up top is fine. I think that should be immediately followed by All-Star. So you go common only, common limited, then your limited only competitions, Then you could do All-Star for rare, limited rare, and so on and so on. I think
Hmm.
like showing All-Star as this building block competition that we just talked about for an hour, I think that's getting lost with the UI. And I think we need to celebrate All-Star for what it is because it's great competition.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Full circle.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, there you have it. The So Rare All-Star episode. I want to see some good All-Star teams out there.
Yeah.
If we don't even like common market, get who you want. Get Otani, but also don't get Otani. Get Tatis is going off.
Juan
Get one of
Soto.
the yeah. If you wanna get a Cal Raleigh common, go for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it might be worth it to check him out on the common market too. In fact, let's real quick. Cal Raleigh common card costs 339. So
There you go.
Your Vladdy costs 400.
It's about 400 or 450 maybe, somewhere around there. I was just looking at the first number,
451,
honestly.
yeah, 451. And then James Wood is 392. Yeah. So you spent yeah. There you go.
Yeah.
So I think if you are really looking to start out in So Rare, if you have a little bit of money, or if you have a lot of money, you just want to play an extra, put an extra bit into a competition, this is how you do it in All Star. Anything else you need to?
No, I love it. I think you do have. You should get 1,000 point common card. That would be my like one.
Okay.
If I was recommending it to people, I mean, you could get like 800 people, but if you can get an Otani, get an Otani, or Corbin Carroll, because or if you have a bunch of money, just go buy it yourself. Go buy a
Yeah.
rare version. Go buy a super rare version.
Yeah. That's
Support
what's
so rare.
crazy. That is
Uh,
what's crazy about this episode. Support Sorare. Support us by using our affiliate link in the description below. Forgot to
there we
mention it
go.
this episode. RIP because this was such a Sorare heavy episode. But you'll get $50 in market credit and you can build $100 team
Oh my God.
by
100.
using
I
the
mean,
link down there. Or if you
we
have
could,
market credit, this
yeah,
whole episode changes, which is what's so awesome about this
yeah.
episode.
Then maybe you go for a champion team. Maybe
Hmm.
you say to yourself, let's get 3 more limiteds and let's build a champion team. I don't
Hmm.
know.
Yeah. Well, we talked about 100 players today. So it's gonna be real hard to pick one for Pickle here. But
Should we get Cal Raleigh so that we can get the switch
I
hitter out of
think
the
Cal
way
Raleigh deserves it, and that's a good idea to get the switch hitter out of the
and
way
a
too.
catcher maybe?
Man, he's only 20. He's my age. He's 28.
He looks
Wow.
so old. Okay, it's not a switch
Not a
hitter.
switch
Okay.
hitter, but that would have been crazy. So it's an NL Central or an NL East team. We might as well
Okay.
guess a Brewer. We might as
Reese
well
Hoskins.
guess Reese Hoskins, who's going off as of recently.
I'm gonna see if he's a little bit
Nope.
older. He's not. Oh, he's younger.
All right,
He's
he's either
younger and
younger or super old.
probably younger.
NL East could be
James Wood?
is a lefty, but it could be
Oh,
Dylan Cruz, his teammate.
yes.
It is not someone on the Nationals, but
Okay.
it is someone younger.
Younger
Okay.
guy.
Okay, we
Probably
haven't set a pitcher
24.
yet. We haven't set a pitcher yet.
Ooh.
Could it be, let's see. Ooh, trying to think of
There's so many young. Is it Josh's guy? Yuri Perez?
no, USA, but it could be Xavier
Hmm.
Edwards from the USA. He's a
He
switch hitter.
is.
That's right.
Oh.
That's right. That's right. That's right. Um,
Okay, we got the Mets. We
Conine?
got Braves. How old
Connor
is
Norby? It could be
how old is
Connor Norby.
Schwarberbach?
It could be Connor
Okay.
Norby.
Let's do it. Let's
I
do it.
have a couple of his rookie cards in real life. Nope.
Okay.
It's a
Third
third
base. Third base.
baseman. All right,
Okay.
all right. So
And it means he's 25.
he's a
25-year-old
25-year-old
third
old third
baseman.
baseman in the at least. It can't get much easier than this, can it?
Yes, surely. Okay, so we got the Braves. I don't know. All right, we
Uh,
got the depth charts going. We're just gonna look.
oh, sorry. I no, I can't think of it. I
Okay,
was
well,
just
okay, well,
looking it
let's.
up.
Or no, okay, what we can get this. Okay, what teams are there? So we got Washington. So it's the Braves. It's the Mets.
It's not Alec Bohm.
Yeah, it's not the okay. So it's not the Phillies. So it's either the
Is it Alec
Braves
Bohm?
or oh,
He's 28.
mm.
It's not. It's not Austin Riley.
Yeah, so then it's the wait, it's the Mets.
It's
Mets third
not.
baseman. Mark Vientos?
It's not Mark Vientos.
Yes, it is. It
It is
is.
Mark
It
Vientos.
is Mark Vientos.
Nice, nice, nice. Okay, okay. I don't know
Yeah.
why he completely left my mind there. Well done. I was ready to Google it. I was ready to Google
Nah.
it, but you
Nah.
stopped me. Very impressive
No.
there. Mark Vientos. You know why? Let's see.
Well, it's because I saw him destroy the Brewers, so
He's
he stays in my brain for a while.
last year you saw him. This year,
I wish I
not
was
on my
seeing him
list.
again.
Not on my list this year. Not on my list this year so far.
Yeah.
He's only batting 167
That
here.
might be a bust.
Yeah.
Might be a AAA guy.
That's why he kind of escaped my mind in from a so rare perspective. We did too heavy of a so rare episode, and my baseball episode disappeared. Brain disappeared. But there we go.
He might not be the
Mark
Mets
Vientos.
third baseman before this year ends. He might not be. So I don't know. Hey, but maybe he turns around. Shout out Mark. Shout out Mark.
Good
Maybe he's
call.
a
Good
listener.
call. Good call. Well, thanks to all of the listeners. Mark Vientos, shout out to you if you are listening. But shout out to
Yes.
everyone listening as well. And next week we should have some good stuff because Nash will be back. Andrew will be
I'll be back. I'll be
turning
there.
his birthday will be coming up next week, so we'll have a little pre-celebration there planned for that. But again, thanks for listening today. Make sure to check us out on all of these socials: Instagram, YouTube. If you're on
Discord.
Spotify, leave us a rating. Oh, we're gonna be using Discord more often, so give us a
Batting
shout.
Andrew.
Batting
Batting Andrew.
practice, batting Andrew, batting Jacob, batting Nosh, batting Josh is probably what it actually is, or he's probably
Probably.
just. We'll get him to switch it if it's not.
Yeah, come on.
Um, yeah. But other than that, you just attended batting practice, and now it's time to get in the game. Peace.
Peace.